The Propcast on the Sports Gam Podcast Network is brought to you by Nick Fantasy. On Rogues Pick 'em to customers, play just $5. Get $75 bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. And welcome everyone to the Propcast here on the Sports Gam Podcast Network. Currently Friday morning, December 26th, around 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm Reichel. Once again, joined by Adam Rosenberg together. We're going to break down our favorite props for Week 17. That's right, the regular season is almost over, with 3 games on Christmas, featuring CFL quarterbacks, basically. You know what? All 3 games were actually competitive, so it could have been a lot worse, but either way. Adam, how's it going with you? How was your Christmas?
It was good. I also had a fraudulent check written from my account, it looks like last night, so I'm dealing with that.
It was Santa.
Yeah, it's so stupid because I have the name of the person and their address.
Yeah.
Angelica
not the best
Angelica
job
Phillips in Utah. I will find you because
Okay.
your address is on here. So whoever wrote you this check, you're going down.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it was fine. 2-1. Even though day on the non-show props, hit a turpentine TD and nothing else. But this is we're in the garbage. Can you believe we're at week 17, Scott?
I know. Time flies.
It's
crazy. My favorite team's season ended before it started, and now we're 17 games in. So there you go. I do want to point out I did go 1-1-1. I did end up getting a void. Rodriguez had an illness at the last minute. He ended up not playing. And then, of course, Merritt ended up having of course, Merritt had a 70-plus yard touchdown run once insane. Rodriguez got ruled out. Besides that, though, it did end up winning the Pacheco longest reception. 0 targets in the entire game, so that was definitely fun. And then I ended up losing the Lamb receptions, which was an absolute joke. He had 5 catches with about 7:30 to go in the third quarter, and he finished with 5. And the game was also close. He got targeted 10 times, so that was a bit of a heartbreaker on the receptions. But either way, it went 1-1-1. So there you go. Yeah, briefly, any thoughts on the game yesterday?
I didn't watch.
That's fine. From what I heard, look, the games were competitive, but I think it's a consensus opinion. The Netflix broadcast of said games was horrific. At least that's what I heard from a lot of people. So
I don't know. I think people like to complain. I don't know. I watched.
No, but they were doing interviews with former players mid-game, and I'm more of a play-by-play guy. That's kind of just how I am. I don't really need the interview mid-game.
You think that the game? I don't think that the game wasn't really watchable. I don't. Whatever.
Once again, if the games were close, the games were close.
They do that in NBA. They do it in NBA all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. Bringing in former players as a sidebar, I think, is kind of an interesting choice. From a broadcast,
I don't know. I think that's a little nitpicky.
That's what I heard, but once again, it was Netflix. It is what it is. But yeah, a lot of bad quarterback play. There you go. Arguably worst quarterback yesterday. Just kidding. Jared Goff, who's not very good. But Brosmer had 40 passing yards. Oladukin, he had 40 yards entering the final drive. It was a mess. It was really not great. But either way, the games were close, and we'll see how the games go on Sunday. So there you go. Before we get into any of our props here for, once again, Week 17 on Sunday, a reminder that if you want to find access to all of our free picks and podcasts, check out the SGPN app. Free to download in the App Store. Type in SGPN to get access to all of our free picks and podcasts. So, Adam, I'm going to let you go first as always. What is going to be your first prop for the Sunday card?
All right, let me take a look. I'm not arguing with you. I think you and I both agree that, we don't care if there's an interview in the middle of the game. It's not these games were not minute to minute watchable. Whatever. It's a viewing experience.
If I'm being fully honest, since I'm on vacation, I missed decent portions of games.
Yeah.
So
nobody's watching these.
It's
totally fine.
Can you believe that you missed the entire first half of the Oladukin? Yes, I can 100% believe you missed.
By the way, get all these FCS quarterbacks out of my face.
They're terrible.
They're terrible.
You wonder why the Colts brought back Phillip Rivers, and now you're suddenly I see.
Riley Leonard went to Duke and Notre Dame.
Yeah, he was also injured for a bit though. He had a knee thing, so that also is why they called him up. But still,
yeah,
anybody but Anthony Richardson. I think that was the main takeaway. The Colts had, but either way, there you go.
I have 5 plays, guys.
Well, pick your favorite 3, and we'll save the other 2.
I'm going to pick my favorite 3. So one of my favorites tomorrow is a game. It's going to be Justin Herbert over, 12.5 longest rush. So Houston is inducing the most scrambles, much like inducing labor.
His quarterbacks are running for their lives the entire time.
Bingo. So they've done that the most over the past 6 games. QBs are clearing their number on longest rush against them by about 4 yards. Herbert's rush line, I believe, is at like 23. It's pretty high. So he had 34. And he had a 34-yarder in the last game. He had 15 2 games before that. This just, to me, this is just one that I would much rather be part of than the actual sweating the rushing yards. So give me, I'm just looking up additional data if anybody needs it, but I think I gave you guys a pretty good portion of it. Let's see, longest rush. Yeah, if you look at this, I'm now scrolling down over the last 20 QBs. Okay, 73%, or actually on the season, let's do it. Yeah, 69%. Nice. Of QBs have gone over their longest rushing line against Houston this season. Geno didn't because he doesn't move. Brissett didn't because he doesn't move. Mahomes did. Daniel Jones died.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. No, he didn't die. Oh, he just didn't. No, he did die. Josh Allen did. Cam Ward, Trevor Lawrence, Bo Nix. All these guys who actually use their legs actually have done it. So Justin Herbert, over 12.5 longest rush.
Yeah, I can get behind it. I mean, we know Houston's a team that allows a bunch of long rushes to quarterback.
Oh, and Vidal's hurt. Like they're one of the running backs is hurt too.
Yeah, they got Hampton, but we know Hampton could be a bit iffy when it comes to efficiency. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Herbert had a massive run against the Cowboys. All it takes is one play. So we'll see if he can break one for basically 15 yards. Before we get into, actually, you know what? No, I'll do my play. I'm going to look at a quarterback as well. I'm going to go to the Jaguars, taking on the Colts again. Give me Trevor Lawrence, first half passing yards. I'll go with the over 120.5 at -114. So Lawrence has been quite good in the first half lately. He's had at least 130 passing yards in the first half in 4 straight games. The Colts have also been really bad against the pass, pretty much the entirety of their games, but especially in the first half. The Colts have allowed at least 153 passing yards in the first half in 3 of their last 4 games. Last time we saw them, basically a must-win game at home, and Purdy went up and down the damn field against this team. They can't stop anybody, and I do think that in a dome, it's a good spot for Lawrence to torch them early. I'm taking the first half again because I do think there's a chance the Jaguars rout them. We'll see what happens, but either way, I'd rather avoid a potential blowout game script against a team that's kind of dead in the water. I think Lawrence comes out early. I think he shows up slinging the rock around, and I do think he'll go over 120.5. Colts in general are allowing the second most passing yards per game in the entire league. If you want to go full game, that's fine, but Lawrence in the first half's been very good lately, and the Colts have been really bad at allowing passing yards, or they've been allowing just a bunch of passing yards lately early in games. Give me Trevor Lawrence over 120.5 first half passing yards at -114. Anything you want to add there?
Sorry, my kids are being unruly upstairs. Nope, I like it. You completely agree with all the points.
Do you think the Jaguars potentially just rout them because the Colts are dead?
I don't know why Phil Rivers is still starting.
It's a good question, because with nothing to gain, you might want to at least give some auditions to your younger quarterback.
Not auditions. It's just like, what are we doing? It's a clown show.
No, the argument, once again, is Rivers will not be with the team next year. Riley Leonard probably will be, so give Leonard some starts. At least that's what the argument is. But either way, they played a couple weeks ago against Leonard, and Lawrence still flew over this number, so I'll go with Lawrence first half passing yards. Moving on to your second play. What do you like?
My second play is going to be, we're going to go to this Eagles-Bills game, all right? And Sean is going to call me a Benedict.
Traitor.
Yeah. Texted him last night, told me this. We're going to take Saquon Barkley under 102 rushing and receiving yards. You know why?
Because his numbers are inflated after beating up on the Commanders, who stink.
Well, the Bills' defense stinks, but
no,
it's more just we got. This is a non.
You wanted me to guess, so I was guessing. My guess was the
game. They have an 88% chance of being in the 3 seed. They have like a 2% chance of being the 4 seed and a 3% chance of the 2. They're not gonna. I don't think this is gonna be a giant Saquon workload game, and I think that this is gonna first half sort of resemble almost an aggressive preseason game. I just don't think that this is This isn't going to be a workhorse game for Barkley. He's also under it in most of the games this year.
Once again, you went over because the Commanders' defense stinks.
That's the Bills' defense stinks. Keep that in mind. But so anyway, this is a big number in the triple digits. So let's go. We're going to go under it. Judkins broke his leg rather than complete this last time. Chase Brown went under it. Samaje went under it. Kenny Gainwell. A lot of these scrubby guys went under it. But under that, because I just don't think that the workload's going to be there. I am going to be taking overs on Tank Bigsby stuff.
So. Well, just to ask, by the way, as of right now, assuming the Eagles do get the 3.
Yep.
I know that the Niners,
which they're like, all but locked in.
The Niners can still jump some teams, but they would play the Niners, right? Right now in the first round.
No, because if the Niners could jump all those teams, the Niners would be the.
No, I'm saying assuming the Niners don't jump those teams, like right now, based on standings. Play the Niners.
I don't know.
think. I'm just trying to think of who you might match.
Well, no, because the Niners have more wins than them, don't they?
But they're a wild card team because they're not in first place.
Right.
They're behind the Rams and
the
aren't they?
The Eagles would play. The if it started today.
Yeah. You'd be the 3. So you would face off against the second wild card team.
Yeah, but this doesn't. No. Oh, you know what? This isn't including the.
Because the 1 gets the bye.
Right, but this isn't including the. This isn't. Yeah, the Eagles would host their game.
The best wild card team at this point, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So that's why I was wondering. I'm assuming right now Niners, but it might just be a random NFC West team.
No, I think it's
everyone it is.
It's right now it's the Rams.
Yeah. So the point is, you're probably playing an NFC West wild card team in the first round. Probably. I mean, the rest comes down to how the NFC West works itself out. But anyway, I was just curious.
No. That looks right. Okay. Like there's a chance. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's Joe is incorrect. It is not this. It would not be the Seahawks are the 1 seed right now.
Right now they're in first place. Yeah.
Right now they're in first place. So emphatically incorrect.
Whatever the order is, the top 2 wild card teams should end up being NFC West teams.
Yeah. Right. It's going to be. They're going to play an NFC West team. It's a decision
at home. At
home. Yeah.
So there we go. We'll see what happens. But either way. Point is, I can get behind the play. Bigsby has been getting more runs.
It's like this is not the it's not the workload game for
because they don't need it, and
they don't need it. They're locked into this 3. They can't.
I mean, truth is the Cowboys stink, so you already won the division. You're just coasting at this point.
Yeah, because the Panthers get to be the Panthers or Bucks will be the 4.
Yeah. Basically guaranteed at this point.
Yep.
So there you go. All right, before we get into the rest of our props that we have for the card, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, Kalshi. So if you like real money prediction markets that are legal in every state, check out Kalshi. Trade a ton of markets, including in sports, including the NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, and more. Plus, trade props like first touchdowns. You can also check out different markets, not sports, like politics, entertainment, and even weather. And a reminder that if you are new to Kalshi, you'll get $20 when you sign up with the platform with the code SGPN. That's Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN at sign up. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. If you like pick 'em entries, chance to win 5,000 times your entry. They have something new called Underdog Unwrapped. They have you covered this holiday season, and you'll get a ton of promos all throughout the holidays. And a reminder, they have a new offer for customers. Play just $5. Get $75 bonus funds when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our first call props for Week 17. Time to move on into my second play for the show. I'm going to go with a depth tight end on the Dolphins. What can possibly go wrong? Give me Greg Dulcich. I'm going to take his over 20.5 receiving yards at -115. Quietly been really good lately. He's had at least 22 receiving yards in 6 of his last 7. Now, Waller is currently banged up. He might play. He might not play. We know the Dolphins stink, so there's no incentive to throw out injured guys there. But Waller's had a groin issue all week. He has missed some practice over the course of the week. If he sat in this game, or if he had a pretty serious snap count, it wouldn't shock me, which could result in more snap share for Dulcich anyway. But the Buccaneers we've seen against tight ends lately, not good. A reminder, Pitts had 150-plus yards and 3 touchdowns on Thursday night against the Buccaneers a couple weeks ago. Point is, though, Dulcich has gone over this number in 6 of the last 7, and Waller has a chance of not playing or being on some type of snap count. So he might get more run. I think it's a good number. I think it's a low number. Give me the receiving yards for Dulcich over 20.5 yards at minus 115.
He was targeting the F out of Waller, which means he'll target a tight end as well. So
and Dulcich still had 40+ yards last week, so he still
did. I see Joe just throwing in the Eagles should be trying. Yes, I just want to close this last point. The Eagles aren't going to not try, but their playoffs is first of all, Lane's not playing. They have a capable backup. They're not going to. There is a 12% chance of them getting the 2. And they can't really fall out of their position. They're not going to drive Saquon Barkley into the ground.
It's about prioritization.
It's about prioritization.
If the Eagles prefer to be healthy with a slightly worse
which is what they do, yeah,
then they're going to try to do that because they just won the Super Bowl and they want everyone.
They're going to have to play the NFC West any way they cut it.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and there's no point in trying to manipulate seeding because you don't know which NFC or West order you're going to get. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah, there's a lot of talk of like, oh, it's good for the team to do this. Like, yeah, it will be good for the team. What's not good for the team is Saquon Barkley getting hurt.
No, I see it in the NBA all the time. You sit your starters a couple games, or you at least ease them out of the regular season, and you start the playoffs.
Yeah,
kind of how it goes. But anyway, I like Dulcich to go over. We'll see if Waller plays.
I like Dulcich. I like Dulcich.
If Waller ends up playing, I still like it. But if Waller's out, I mean, he's going to get a ton of targets. I mean, Ewers threw the ball to tight ends a lot in his first start.
I think that's all he did because we lost the Achan one because he didn't.
Pretty much. I mean, HN did nothing. Waddle had an average game. I'll put it that way, but it was mostly tight ends. So there you go. Moving on to your third play. What do you like?
My third one we're going to go with is a team that you and I have a future for that I think is going to get their butt kicked this weekend. Carolina Panthers. You took that with me, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We're close.
It's for the bit.
Not happening this weekend.
I didn't take the Blue Jays with you, which hurt, but I have the Panthers with you.
It's fine. We're going to take Bryce Young under 200 yards or under 198 yards. I don't care. Under his passing yardage, whatever it works. Joe, by the way, dropping with a great bet. Would it be worth it to find a bet for the NFC West to have the Super Bowl winner? Yeah, I would imagine that's going to be. What would you price that at, Scott? I'd probably price it at plus 125. I
have to imagine they're going to be the favorites because they're going to get 3 teams in, obviously. Right. So,
I would say, what would you say? I'd say plus 125.
I was thinking 125, 150.
Yeah, that's a good 150 is a great price. I would jump on that.
Give or take.
That's good. Yeah.
Because you still have the carnage of the NFC and you still are only going to get 1 team maximum.
Yeah, but you have a 40% chance.
No, correct. That's why, because we still have to win the Super Bowl, etc. So getting the 1 seed there helps. You're probably right, but I'll say 150, but it's probably going to be like 125. I can look it up. I know it's on DraftKings and some other.
We should do it. I might not. I don't hate that bet.
Okay.
It's good.
They're getting 3 teams guaranteed, so
right
there we go.
Anyway, Bryce Young under. He's only thrown for more than 200 yards 3 times this season. I don't know what we're doing here. But look, this is a Seattle team that continues to just be awesome. They have the 3rd lowest yards per throw, 3rd lowest ADOT. They are nasty, and they also have lots to play for. The Panthers are an insanely public dog this weekend. So anyone who says, "Hey, I'm pretty sharp. I took them at 7.5." Guess what? That line hasn't moved. Tells you everything. So, give me. I understand the game script's going to be for Bryce Young to throw it. Bryce Young's still not very good. So under 196 passing yards for Bryce Andrew Young.
I think it's pretty funny with Bryce Young, and props to Carolina for actually being a potential division winner with Bryce Young, which I did not think was going to be the case. I know that you talked me into it anyway, but look, Bryce, it's pretty funny with Bryce Young because he makes a couple of big throws late in games, and you're like, wow, he looks pretty good. And then you look up and he has 170 passing yards, and you're like, wow, he really did nothing for the entire game. But he makes a couple of big throws down the stretch of games. But have you noticed that too? Like a couple of big plays, you look at Bryce Young's passing yards, and he's got like 170 with 3 minutes to go in the game.
It's, he
happens all the time.
He has the most game-winning drives since he came into the league.
No, I know, except his passing yards for like the first 2.5, 3 quarters are atrocious, and then he just wakes up in the 4th quarter. It's kind of how it goes. But
well, he's usually playing from behind.
Yes, pretty much. And they rely heavily on Dowdle in the ground game, which also helps. But
Yep.
moving on to my last prop. Yeah, I'm going to go really, really degen with this one. I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins. Over 6.5 receiving yards. 6.5 in the entire game. Minus 120. So Hopkins has actually been really good this season, going over 6.5. He's had at least 11 receiving yards in 12 of the first 15 games this season. And of course, Huntley is projected to be starting again for Baltimore. Lamar updated is doubtful for this game. Worth mentioning that after Huntley came into the game on Sunday Night Football against the Patriots, Hopkins quietly had 33 receiving yards with Huntley at quarterback. So bit of rapport there. We'll see if that carries over into Week 17. But the point is, Huntley was actually targeting Hopkins a decent amount once he took over. It's 6.5. Like, one catch probably gets you there. Good enough for me. I know Green Bay's defense against the pass has been okay, has been fine this season. Recently, not so much. The pass defense has kind of been struggling over the last couple of weeks. I think it's a number that's too low. Yes, I know Hopkins is older than, most receivers in the league. I get he's not the guy he used to be, but he had 40-plus yards last week. He's been solid with Huntley, at least in the half they played together. 6.5 is nothing. Give me DeAndre Hopkins over 6.5 receiving yards at minus 120.
I like it. Well, I watched it last week. That's who we targeted the entire time.
I thought about a potential ladder there, but that's very, very degen. But you can get 20 yards.
Packers don't need this game anymore.
I'm saying you can get like 20 yards or something. Yeah, they don't need it because the lines fell apart, so that doesn't matter. But just a thought. I mean, would you consider like Hopkins up to 20 or something?
Let's look.
Because
right now.
We both acknowledged it. Snoop threw him the ball a ton in the second.
Oh, we saw it. Saw it right away.
6.5.
I mean, what's his longest? Like 4.5?
I think his longest was also 6.5. In fact, I saw BetMGM, who allows you to put no money down on that book. They had his rushing and receiving combo also at 6.5. So he will never get a handoff all season. But they have rushing yards included.
I'm not seeing alts listed anywhere other than Hard Rock.
Well, out of curiosity, what numbers does Hard Rock have?
So 50 is 20-1.
Okay, because I'm in Florida, so if you actually wanted to consider betting something, I actually could.
I would take the top of the ladder. I have no interest in sweating.
Either way, point is that 6.5 is egregiously low.
If you while you're there, if you want to sprinkle on that for you and me, I'm gonna do it.
If I'm in the sports book, I'll take it.
Yeah,
there you go.
You don't have to do it in the sports book. You can just do it from the app.
Yeah, but you forgot that my iOS system's about 9 systems behind.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I think it actually works. I'm pretty sure my computer does have the location tracker thing that works there, so I can check it out. So we'll see. But either way, once again, Hopkins 6.5 yards. Sure, sign me up. Minus 120.
It's so funny. Let me see his target share. He had 21 targets. He had 5 targets last week.
Yeah, Snoop threw him the ball the entire time.
21% of the targets. It's fine.
6.5. Give me one catch. That's all I need. So
that team is super effed.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Shout out to John Harbaugh not using Derrick Henry for the final 12 minutes of game.
So
that decision made me famous.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah, Bleacher Report.
People are famous for different things. I had Drake made 2 TDs that made me famous.
Yeah. Well, you had Bleacher Report betting retweet your thing.
You had Bleacher Report news just clip you.
Just screenshotted my tweet, and 150,000 people liked the tweet on Instagram. So yeah, we both.
Did that make you? So I was asked this because you and I don't care about clout. Did it make you feel good about yourself?
I didn't even know about it. Somebody messaged me on Instagram and Twitter with a screenshot going, "You're famous." I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, once again, my life feels the same. So, and I don't have Twitter Blue, so I'm not getting paid for any of this. I just do it for fun. I do it for the love of the game. I do it for the bit. That's what I do it for. But either way, yeah, once again, John Harbaugh, clown. That's my last point I'll make there. But you want to get into your bonus plays? Because you said you had a couple that did not make the final.
Yeah, I'm also being told to go watch my kids. So I'll do it pretty quick. I'm going to run through these pretty quickly.
That's
fine. Shakir under 4.5 receptions. He barely goes over this all the time. And the defense is going to be trying its booty off. They have the lowest completion rate in the league. And Caleb Williams over 250 rushing and passing yards combined. The total in this game is 53. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Run
Niners
and
defense
throw the
is not
ball
good.
around.
Niners defense is not good.
Yeah, we saw Phillip Rivers go for like almost 300 yards against that defense.
Did he? Is that how much he threw for?
He had like 277.
Yeah.
And now, and he got benched with like 4 minutes to go after the pick six, so he could have definitely gotten there.
I want a pleaser. I love that.
Yeah,
Kramer fucking owes me money. All right, anyway, let's go.
Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Kramer, who owes you money.
Shout out to Kramer, who's there, who him and cousin Musher have texted me about helping them out while they're in the stadium, and I'm like, I don't even know what this means, but sure.
That'll cost you whatever you owe me. Anyway, before we get into the best bets in the underdog entry, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, which is Novig. So if you like prediction markets, check out Novig, America's #1 prediction market for sports in, once again, the market itself. A lot of great prices. Check it out. Reduce juice. Compare them to sports books. You'll find that Novig has a lot of great prices for you. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend just $5 if use our code SGPN and actually Novig. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been great so far in the NFL season, especially on prop. Shout out to them. I know we read off Javonte Williams to go under his rushing stats. And what do you know? He got injured. So shout out to Rhythm for helping us with that one in the last episode.
That's two straight. That's two straight Rhythm plays.
Just a reminder, guy got injured. You know, it counts all the same.
Well, Judkins broke his leg.
Yes, Judkins broke his leg and a bunch of stuff in his knee. And then Javonte hurt his neck again. He left early. But either way, wins are wins, and Rhythm did call the under on both of them. But a reminder, they also have college basketball. Check them out in terms of models. Build your own, copy one from the leaderboard, or use the house model and let Rhythm introduce you to the world of models in sports betting. Also, a reminder that we can give out a play for Rhythm for the upcoming Week 17. So Adam, I'm just gonna
Etienne under. They like Etienne under rush attempts. It was. I almost made my card. I love it.
Okay, so we'll go with that.
Colts have the Colts give up the least amount of carries per game.
Yeah, so ETN under 16.5 rush attempts, -122. Why run the ball when their secondary can't stop anybody? Anyway, a reminder though, if you want to check out Rhythm, get a nice discount. Use the code SGPN25. We download the app. You'll get a nice 25% off your first month. That's Rhythm, RATHMM. Promo code SGPN25 for 25% off your first month. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through our props for the show. Time to go into the lock in or the best bets for the show. Adam, what's going to be your favorite prop out of the three you gave out?
My favorite's probably going to be this the Saquon under.
Okay, and what was the exact number again?
I got 103 -113, but I like it to 98. I like it to that. You could do it to down to 96. I would like it.
All right.
I think he's going to get like a 60-20 game.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, once again, Bigsby's actually look pretty good.
Bigsby's look good. And there's just no reason to give Barkley 20 carries here.
I don't know if you've heard the rumors, but he's a literal tank.
Dude, he's awesome.
Just saying, he's a literal tank. So
I like him. He's going to be on our rushing touchdown playoff futures list.
At some point, we'll take him in the playoffs. I'm sure. Not even just overall, but just like game by game. That's an option. But either way, for my best bet, couple of options. But you know what? Welcome to Jurassic Park. Give me DeAndre Hopkins over 6.5 receiving yards at -120. Just an egregiously low number. Green Bay secondary has gotten worse as the season has gone on. Hopkins was Snoop's favorite target in the second half against the Patriots. 6.5 is nothing. He's gone over in 12 of 15 games this season. It's one catch. I'm fine with that. I'll dare Hopkins to basically go over in the game. But yeah, welcome to Jurassic Park. They do move in herds. Give me DeAndre Hopkins over 6.5 receiving yards at -120 as my best bet.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, wait. Speaking of Jurassic Park, Camp Cretaceous is really good. My kids watch it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, my kids got a bunch of dinosaurs for Christmas.
If I ever have kids, I'll remember that.
Don't have kids.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, you physically can't have any more. So there you go. But for underdog, what do you want to do? Do you want to recycle anything? Just a thought.
Rhythm's been really good about it.
I know Underdog was the first platform to have the Lawrence first half passing yards, but then DraftKings open up lines and stuff like that. But I don't know if you wanted to consider something.
Well, let's do it. We can do that, Trevor Lawrence.
And we both think this Colts secondary is a complete waste of space.
That's fine. I'm looking for it.
All right.
First
and
half,
we also like ETN under his rush attempt.
I don't see a first half passing line.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Actually, you know what? No, we'll use rhythm again. We'll use ETN lower on his rush attempts.
ETN lower rushing attempt.
Should be 15.5.
Oh, I saw it's Trevor ETN. His lousy brother.
Yeah.
Lower. Okay, we got that. And then I'll do the Caleb. I like that Caleb.
That's fine. We can do that. And do you want to just
good number, higher 245 pass and rush. I like that.
Sure, we'll take that. And I don't know if you want to go for Hopkins at 6.5 or whatever.
Sure.
Cool. We both like it. It's one catch, basically. That's fine.
Not up here.
Okay, then never mind.
Oh, no, there it is. Hi, I see it. Okay. DeAndre Hopkins, higher 6.5 receiving yards. Travis at ATN, lower 16.5 receiving. I did receiving yards. My bad. Hold on. My bad. I almost had the wrong line thing for us. 16.5. Rush. There it is. Okay, starting over. DeAndre Hopkins, higher 6.5 receiving yards. Travis ATN, lower 16.5 rush attempts. Caleb Williams, higher 245 passing and rushing yards. 6 flat as a multiplier.
Cool.
I'm using a boost for us. $50 will win us allegedly $425.
There you go. And of course, Adam, before we officially end the show, can you just recap your 3 plays?
No.
Okay. Thank you for joining the Propcast.
My 3 plays are Justin Herbert over 12.5 longest rush, Saquon Barkley under 103 rushing and receiving yards, and then Bryce Young under 196 passing yards.
Cool. My 3 plays give me Trevor Lawrence over 120.5 first half passing yards, minus 114. Greg Dulcich over 20.5 receiving yards, minus 115. And D-Hop over 6.5 receiving yards at minus 120. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the show. Adam, I'll ask you, by the way, before we officially end the show. I'm in a hotel room. Was the Wi-Fi terrible or was it fine?
Perfect.
Cool. So we're going to record more episodes because I'll be here for
I'll be in a hotel on Monday because I'm going to New York to see Fish. So
cool.
I will.
Unfortunately, our paths did not cross. You're filling the void New York.
Pissed about that one, but we'll do it. I'll be really hungover, but it'll be great.
It's good to know that the Wi-Fi is good here because I'm doing NBA in about 20 minutes, and I had to make sure that the Wi-Fi didn't totally suck. So there we go. A reminder, though, if I'm on Twitter, Reichel Radio. If I'm on Twitter, at Hey Rosenberg. And, of course, check out the Propcast on YouTube. Check it out on Spotify or Apple. On Twitter, at the Propcast SGPN. Good luck to all of you.